All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Probably Shouldn't Be Recording This, episode number 32. Absolutely batshit crazy that I have done 32 episodes of a podcast. This all started on a whim as like kind of a pipe dream. Like, oh, let me just do it once, see how it goes. And then I liked it. I liked it a lot. So now here we are, 32 episodes later. I am recording a day later than normal, but I think that's something I wanted to update you guys on for the time being. I believe new episodes will be recorded on Saturdays instead of Fridays. So those of you that have like notifications for my podcasts and you notice that it's not coming out on Fridays anymore, it's going to be pushed back a day. Just because right now, as it's going, Fridays have been kind of bonkers for me, work-wise. So when I get done from work, I sit in my car. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't prep for my podcast. And to give you guys a little inside baseball, my prep is writing down kind of three main things I want to talk about on a sticky and then throwing that sticky in my bag. That's legit all the prep I do. I kind of rely on my ability to kind of ramble as the fuel that it needs, those ideas need. Because once I start talking, I can just kind of go, as you guys have noticed. And it's funny that I said the word rambles. That was going to be the initial title of this podcast, was going to be called Rambles with Josh. And I have to say, I really do probably shouldn't be recording this a lot more. Plays into the fact that I'm literally recording while I drive. Super duper safe, right? Yeah, so it's been a week, so I'm going to probably ramble. And there's that word again. I'm probably going to talk randomly for a little bit. Just to give you guys a quick update of what I've been dealing with personally. I had, to what I thought was a couple of really good interviews with a couple of different companies, only to get ghosted after them both telling me to my face, we will let you know one way or another. And they go radio silent on me. And I do the normal, I send a follow-up right after the interview saying, it was nice to meet you, thank you for the opportunity, look forward to hearing from you. And then, a few days later, I send another email that just says, hey, just checking in and see if you guys are any closer to a decision. This, that, and the other. Look forward to hearing from you. And again, thank you for the opportunity. Being very appreciative, because it's hard out here for the job seekers, man. We gotta fight, sometimes upwards of 100 people for the same position that you're going for. And luckily for me, I'm still gainfully employed, so I'm not having to deal with that aspect of it. But it's tough out here. And, and you got these companies ghosting people when seemingly, one of the interviews, I was like, that didn't even seem like an interview. It seemed like a conversation. It went great. And then, bam, ghosted. Not even a peep, So I was dealing with that. So then that happened. Then I started to feel like shit, like I wasn't worth a new opportunity, like it wasn't going to happen. Fast forward to Friday, yesterday. Sorry, I had to take a hit of my vape. Like I said, it's been a week. Fast forward to this Friday, so yesterday, I have another fantastic phone interview. And it goes super duper well, to the point where they, with me on the phone, scheduled a final interview for Monday. So everybody keep your fingers crossed for your favorite podcast host. I could be, holding my fingers super close. I could be this close to be getting a new job. So send out all the positive vibes that y'all have, please. That would be much appreciated. So the first thing I wanted to talk about that I had planned on talking about is previous podcasts. I worried out loud if I was a mouth breather. And with my more focused effort, my mouth was sore from keeping it closed. And another thing I noticed is that if I don't breathe through my nose. And it must be the deviated septum and the, difficult airway I have, doing cocaine and Molly for 6 years straight did a real number on my breathing as far as out of my nose. So yeah, I am in fact a mouth breather, but I'm trying to be better. I catch myself still all the time, just sitting there mouth wide open for absolutely no fucking reason other than apparently I don't breathe through my nose if my mouth is open. So it's having to train yourself at 43 to how to breathe through your nose is kind of funny. So that is the first thing I wanted to talk about. I hope maybe some of you guys can relate as far as being a mouth breather. We're not dumb. We're not Neanderthals. We are, in my case, I'm a person with a fucked up nose. And it doesn't mean I'm dumb. I mean, I think I have pretty coherent thoughts sometimes. And, I did really well in broadcasting school, and, and the subjects I actually gave a shit about, I usually got an A. So I'm a smart dude. I just happen to be a mouth breather, and that's okay. Fuck it. Maybe that's a shirt. It's okay to be a mouth breather. With the logo of my podcast on the back. I don't know. Something for you creative types. If you guys want to put together a shirt, that would be awesome. Anyways, so it is June 6th, which means that it is Pride Month. So, happy Pride to all of those who celebrate, all of my people in the LGBTQ plus community. It's honestly one of my favorite months. I have grown very fond of June. I remember going to my first Pride about 9 years ago. I want to say it was about 9 years ago. It might have been 8 years ago. And it was one of the most wholesome, eye-opening, incredible experiences I've ever had. And I've been to Pride the last 4 years. It means even more to me that my daughter, she is lesbian. So it means that much more to be there and be supportive. And just to give you guys a hint, my lunch bag is a tote bag that I bought at Pride 2 years ago, and it says Totes Ally. And that's what I kind of want to present to the world, because it is 2026 and people are still going on the internet saying dumb shit like people that are gay are demons. It's just fucking stupid. But I kind of wanted to give you an oral history of my experience with the LGBTQ plus community. I am from Omaha, Nebraska. To my recollection, And there is a whole bunch of my life that has been wiped out due to drug use and trauma. So I could be misspeaking, but my entire time living in Nebraska, I don't think I came across an out gay person. I might have been around some closeted people in conservative states like Nebraska. It's much more commonplace for people to be in the closet, because it's not as it wasn't. It's better now, but it's still, not as, people aren't able to be who they are as much as they should be in the state of Nebraska. So my entire time living there, I left there when I was 15 and I moved here. Not a single interaction knowingly with a gay person. And then I move out here and it wasn't, honestly, I mean, there were some gay kids at my high school, but never really had much interactions with them. And that wasn't like a purposeful thing. In high school, I was very quiet. I was very shy. I did not have a lot of friends. So not until senior year, that's when I kind of started coming out of my shell. And I really only think that happened because I was in an incredible class of journalism class taught by my favorite teacher, Mrs. Delamont. Shout out to you, Miss Delamont, for having the best class of my high school life. Really appreciate you and all that you did. I, in fact, was, my senior year, I was sports editor of my high school paper, which is a pretty cool thing. It's a little nerdy, but it is, in my opinion, pretty damn cool. Anywho, so my whole high school life didn't really have too much interactions with gay people. Fast forward 10 years later, I'm 25, or I might have been 26, so 11 years later, I meet my friend who I've spoken about on this podcast before. I meet Justin. He's working at the hookah bar that I frequented quite often, and I can't really recall what happened. I just remembered being fascinated by him, and his attitude for life in general. Like, I was 26. I was still kind of shy. I was still kind of like a little wallflower. I hadn't hit my stride yet socially. But Mr. Justin, he opened my eyes to what the LGBTQ plus community is like. It's because of him I went to my first drag show, and then subsequently went to many, many drag shows after that. It's because of him that I knew what it was like to have a close friendship with a gay man, and mind you, I have thought the whole time whether he was as himself as Justin or as his drag persona, kamikaze. He's very beautiful man, very beautiful in drag. And I'm very comfortable with myself saying that. I've always thought he was a very attractive person. And there's been some bumps in the road, as with any friendship, but I mean, we're still close friends to this day, 17 years later. Like, he is, other than my wife, he's probably my closest friend. And it's honestly, it started out that because of our relationship, Justin and I's relationship, that I initially became an ally. And now it means so much more to be an ally because my daughter is gay. And being able to be a parent that is supportive and loving and caring to your child is a good thing to be, because, you know, it's still happening right now, in the year of our Lord 2026, that kids are being ostracized for coming out to their parents as being gay or being trans or being non-binary. And that shit blows my mind. The fact that this is your child. You created this being. And you're all of a sudden going to stop loving that person because they don't fit the mold that society tells us they need to fit. I personally say fuck that. So, so Pride is this month. I can't wait to go. Sad, here in Denver, it used to be 2 days. But because of all the dumbass construction on Colfax, it's going down to 1 day, and I don't know. It might not be the same, but I'm curious to see how it goes. But what I encourage all of my friends, family, loved ones that are in that community, be extra loud and proud this month. It really rustles the conservatives' jimmies when people are their true selves. And I want nothing more than for all of you guys to be able to be your true selves at all times. So be loud, be proud. If people got an issue with you, they can fuck themselves. They can come see me, and I will stick up for you until I die, because that's how much this community means to me. And that's kind of what I want to end on. I am a safe space. If you ever need to talk, I'm here. If you ever need to get away, my house has been a safe space since we've had it. If you ever need a place to go, if you ever just want to hang out, we don't have to spend no money. You can just come over. We can watch one of the thousands of streaming services I have, or the hundreds of movies I have. I always want you to feel safe with me. Granted, I'm not the most physically imposing or anything like that, but like I said, I will protect you with everything that I am. You are always safe with me. Never be afraid to be your true self around me. I support it. I champion it. Because you guys are all you're wonderful as you are. Don't ever think you have to change just because somebody's going to think different of you because of who you love. And yes, it is corny, but love is always love, no matter who it's between. And I think this year it's especially important for our trans people that you feel safe. And I just want you guys to know you are safe with me. With me, you have a home. You have a place to go. I am here. I am an ally. I am a protector. So please, if you ever need anything from me, feel free to reach out. My email is in the description of the podcast. So please feel free to reach out to me. I'm not a therapist, but I'm pretty good at giving advice, and I may be deaf in one ear, but I'm really good at listening. So if you ever need anything, just don't hesitate to reach out. I'd rather talk to you for hours at a time than go to your funeral. The world is a better place with you in it. You deserve love. You deserve light. You deserve happiness. Don't ever forget that. It's kind of a serious podcast, guys. Anyway, sorry about all the throat clearing. I'm having some little treat to myself at the end of the day. I'm having an ice cold Mountain Dew from 7-Eleven, so that always tends to make my my throat a little phlegmy. Not the biggest fan of that, but I guess it's one of the side effects of GLP medication is certain things you used to like, you don't like anymore. I used to love Coke Zero. I used to love Diet Coke. Now I can't drink either. I have 2-3 drinks and I can't finish it because it doesn't taste like anything to me. So I have to, dump it out. Anyways, that might be a topic for another podcast, maybe next week's episode. So keep me in your thoughts. Monday is a very important day. Monday might be the day I finally get to have a job with a normal schedule. Monday through Friday, 7 to 3:30. What a concept, right, guys? That being said, it's supposed to be super fucking hot this weekend, so make sure you guys, if you don't have to go anywhere, stay inside with that AC or those fans. Be safe. Drink tons of water. If you do have to go anywhere, make sure you go with love. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. We will talk to you later. Bye-bye.